So unless these benefits are going to, roughly defined, foundational Black Americans, the descendants of American slaves.
Sweat and tears and all that, fought in every war, okay? So this is my country here. So I don't want to be called African American. I'm an American American. My people have died and done everything for this country. If you accept the handle of African American, that says that you don't accept being an American American. You don't accept being born in Chicago or New York or Detroit or wherever you were born. For generations your family's been here, built this country too.
African Americans built this nation. You built this nation. You're just starting to get real credit for that, okay? I don't know if you know that. You're just starting to you built the nation.
I'm always gonna be known as a Black American. I can't call myself an African American because
I am not an African American. I'm an American. I am a Black American. I am definitely Black, and yes.
So Africans don't even fuck with us.
Wow.
Because they don't. We're not from the motherland. We're from America. So I'd rather say I'm a Black American. So I consider myself a Black American. I don't consider myself African American and shout that. Because Africans don't even fuck with us.
Wow.
Because they don't.
I don't mind the term African American. I don't want to be called African American. Because I'm not African.
Go back to where? Huh? Go anywhere.
Sir, could you stand up? We can't hear you. Could you stand up over there by the microphone?
You mean to Africa? Do you mean to Africa? Do you mean to Africa? We are not Africans no more.
Y'all were colonized by France, right?
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about the past or anything that was, I wasn't alive back then.
Okay.
But I'm talking about like today's systems. I don't see, yeah, there's white powerful people in charge, but there's a lot of foreign interest here as well.
Yeah.
So a lot of I think a lot of the problems you speak about, it has a lot to do with foreign interests.
Hold on, you're talking about the past. France just got off your ass in the 1950s. It wasn't that far. Yeah, you were literally dominated by France. France was whooping your ass until the 1950s. That's called white supremacy, sir. Huh?
Genghis Khan was, he invaded Russia, he invaded Western Europe, he invaded,
hold on.
Afghanistan.
Okay, brother. Okay, cool. Let's do some history. See, this is why intellectual conversations are very important. Ho Chi Minh, who is that? Who is Ho Chi Minh?
The leader of the North Communist Party.
Where did he get his game from? Where did he get the game from?
Probably the Soviet Union, I guess.
No. He got the game. He was over here. Ho Chi Minh came over here to America. He was with Black folks in Harlem. And he got the game from us.
All right, now, family, look at what the Vietnamese person say next.
Went over there and stood on business for his country. Huh?
Yeah, no. I understand that, I understand that Blacks have a long history and that Asians wouldn't even be here without, the 14th Amendment or different civil rights.
1865 Hart-Celler Act. So you have this Vietnamese person being in his racism, he can give flowers to Foundation Black Americans. You feel me? The same thing with Donald Trump. They say he's a racist, but in his racism, he can give flowers to Foundation Black Americans. They say Ann Coulter is a racist. Well, in her racism, she can give flowers to Foundation Black Americans. Why can't tethers give flowers to Foundation Black Americans in their tetherisms? So it kind of make them a little bit worse. It's like, so we get no respect, no flowers from you guys at all. And you're telling us to look at white supremacists, and the white supremacists give us a little bit of tiny flowers. It's like, nah, bro, I can't just dismiss that.
So
huh?
Yeah, no. I understand
Huh?
that, I understand that blacks have a long history and that Asians wouldn't even be here without, the 14th Amendment or different civil rights.
You got that right. Claude Zandam in the building. I am sixth in the building. Golden Brown in the building. Moon Duck Maximus in the building. She on in 19 in the building. Say, hey fam to Moon Ducks. Peace. She on in. Are you FBA or just a supporter? First time here? Let us know. Inquiring minds just are inquiring.
So I'm just trying to figure out some kind of peaceful solution where, because I grew up here in the 80s and the 90s, and we never talked about race. I grew up, playing football, playing sports. I had black teammates, black friends, and now it's just like, race is all the rage now, which I don't spend all my time in America. Like I said, I'm in Asia a lot, so I just don't see where all this I don't see why this is such a recent phenomenon or a problem when
Yeah,
in the past.
yeah, it is. And you talking about how y'all per capita and dude, y'all were dominated by the white supremacists. The white supremacists control the economy of these Asian nations now. And when I go to Thailand, I love Thailand. I love it. But yeah, what you got over there? A bunch of white tourists over there tricking off money
It's
with the women. The women
always
out there selling pussy
hazardous
from
shit.
6
Long
a.m. to
time.
midnight
Hazardous
out
shit.
there
Peace.
for white men. That's a form of white supremacy, sir. Huh?
I mean, if you go to, Amsterdam, different parts of Europe,
Mm-hmm.
there's prostitutes as well from Russia,
Boy, they
Ukraine.
420,
they
please.
got whole sections of town that ain't nothing but a big old hoe stroll. Yeah, with white folks over there. Yeah.
I think these people.
Come on, man. That's white supremacy. Let me get my brother Dan in here. Dan, hop on in here. Let's get Dan in the building. Because Dan, brother Richard said,
I
what
like
white
Dan.
supremacy? The Vietnamese, they
I
got,
like Dan.
they're smarter per capita, and they what did you say? You're doing better financially? Did you say that, Richard?
No, not Richard.
That was text, I
Oh,
believe.
text.
Was it text?
I'm sorry, Rich. I'm talking text.
Oh man. See, this is where I think I'm the most qualified to deal with folks who use that argument because I know about hyper-selectivity. Hyper It's hyper-selectivity and there is highly selection. Yeah, I would be best for these conversations right there. But let's see how they do.
Text. My bad. I'm getting my people mixed up. Text.
Yeah. When he talks about how they live to a household, they're not doing better per individual. It's per household. And they live like 8 to a household sometimes. That's the number everybody keeps confusing. And
Golden Brown, my brother, we all got wrenches. If you're talking to us, just post a link in there and we'll click your link and we'll learn about it. We all got wrenches. So yeah, so we don't need to say look it up to anybody. Those with wrenches, just post the link in the chat. You'll make it that much easier for us to learn about it. But thank you though.
when you brought up the Ho Chi Minh thing, it really had them stunned because black people in America have literally been influencing people all around the world to rise up and do what's right for their own people
Exactly.
because they get inspired by what we do. Now, I just find it amazing that he decided to leave America and go over
I
there.
respect
Now, he
that
didn't
hazard
do
shit.
that because
I respect
it was
that.
a better
That's why I go
place.
late
He
because
did
I
it because
understand
it's a
people be
cheaper
working.
place. That's why he did it. That's why he talked about someday returning to America. They don't move over there because they like it. And the only reason why white supremacist people are very kind to Asians is because they can rebuild their genomes inside the Asian women because their genes aren't strong enough to tune out those white genes most of the time. Now, granted, you can see it, but after a generation or two, they gone. See, they don't like us because of a number of reasons, but the main reason is we have the power to wipe out their genotype completely.
Mm-hmm.
You guys don't.
Right.
And then after years of colonization for the French, you know what the French people did? See, Flex was being kind. So this is what they did. When the white supremacists took over Japan in 1945, when they made them decide their surrender, the head of Japan offered hundreds of thousands of free prostitutes
Okay,
to
let
all
me give
the
you other accounts
soldiers and
of rent.
GIs who were there. They did
So
the same thing in Vietnam. They don't view your
I do that
women
sometimes
as
too.
valuable. They view them as prostitutes. It's like a kink thing for them. Oh,
Because I got a few troll accounts that I sneak up on, um, tethers and white supremacists, and I go in there with my troll accounts undetected, and I ask questions. I did that last night. I went to a couple accounts and I asked questions, and they had no idea. They're answering like war questions, like yo, yeah. But it turned out he passed. Now this was the guy in question, but the questions I asked, he answered correctly and honestly, and I really had no beef. But I thought I had a beef with him. But he answered the questions. Now he would never answer those questions had I come under this name because he already know this is the smoke channel. So I came under a troll name, asked questions, and he answered the questions. And I'm like, okay, I don't have a beef with this guy. You dig? So I let that go. But troll accounts, they work when you use them right.
free sex. That's how they look at it. That's why we talk about when they go over there, they do sex tourism for their children. They even like the type of stuff that they do when they on those trips to Vietnam is disgusting.
Yep.
But you know what? The Vietnamese government actually welcomes it. Like this is
Braxton, peace to
like
you.
be honest about
George
why you're
Williams,
there. Are
peace
you
to you.
married?
On Cold
Text.
Kilgore B1, peace to
No,
you.
I got a vasectomy and I do not have kids.
I
I do not want
guarantee. So we
kids.
know what you over there doing right now in Vietnam. You got a maid. You live on a villa, probably too, right?
Yeah, I got a maid. I mean, she works in the apartment building I live in. But
Oh,
yeah,
okay. You live in an
we,
apartment
I
building.
kind
Okay.
yeah. I
You
mean,
be skin bleaching over there?
I mean, the women here, they're during the day when the sun is out, they're covered from head to toe.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing, family. I forgot to mention that. So it turned out that Asian people, they skin bleach as well. I'm like, wow. Like, yo, so it's not just tethers, like so Asian skin bleach, yo, the white man got these folks wanting to be white so badly. It's crazy. And we're the closest to them, we're by proximity, and we don't want to be nothing like them. We're like the total opposite of everything they do. And that's probably another reason why the folks around the world globally hate us. Cause like, yo, no, we don't want to be them at all. We actually want to be the opposite of them. Whatever they doing, we want to be on the opposite in almost everything, everywhere. You dig?
You can only see their eyes, sometimes sunglasses
You know
because
I've been there
you
before,
know.
right?
Oh, that's cool. Like I'm not
Okay,
here to
so
have
why
honest
you got a
discussions.
lot of sis?
What is that? I'm not having an excuse. I'm just telling you my experience. What would you? What? I mean,
You
I'm over
hear
here
that?
for.
You heard he just said? He said the women in Vietnam are covered from head to toe.
Shit.
Head to toe in sunscreen and baby lotion. That's what they covered in, but they got
Yeah,
everything showing over there. What are you talking about, bro?
I,
Come
I
on,
didn't say
man.
suns. I didn't say sunscreen. I said they cover themselves up like with like a Muslim woman, like a
No,
burqa
nigga,
or
they
whatever.
don't. That's cap. You ever had a sombrero before? That's a Mexican has a big cap, nigga. Stop lying. Look, first off, when they come up first, if you over there and you look like you got any type of money, they fall to their knees trying to bring you into their little shops to get a quote unquote massage.
Mhm. Man.
Yeah. Anyway, you did the smart thing by not having any children, but we know what you over there doing. It's all good, man. American hard for some people. That's the reason why the white men love the Asians because they don't have to work as hard. Their liberal daughters.
Yeah, I like Dan. And Dan comes with a different spin. And that's the thing about FB. That's why we're so unique. Like we're not the same. We're not the robot like the tethers and white supremacists are. They use the same talking point. Just the average, listen, family, the average white conservative, the average tether conservative, the average coon conservative, they all sound alike. They all sound like Charlie Kirk. You dig? They all sound like Larry Elder. They all sound the same. They use the same talking points, same arguments. Nothing is different. Okay. FBAs, we all sound differently. I debate way differently from Dan. way different from Macau, way differently from the Holy FBA Codex, ex-architect SLLE 44, V4 Vengeance, Aspiring Heights, and everybody who called in. We debate totally differently from each other. Okay, that's what's unique about us. We do not sound the same. We don't argue the same points. We argue differently, different styles.
And moms and sisters actively hate white men these days. Look at it. They're having a whole civil war between the white family. So now you see those men going out doing what their grandfathers who fought in World War II taught them. Well, you know, the Asian women, they're very submissive. The Orientals, they listen. They don't have these problems. They're just grateful to be alive. That's what you guys went over there for. And you seem to take that same mentality. See, unlike we, as foundational Black Americans, did not take the attitude and opinions of our colonizer and internalize them and then spew them out. No, we pushed back against them all.
Yeah, what's up? I would not go to sleep until that song was finished. And by the way, this background right here, this is actually a song right here. So this I call this "I'm Black and I'm Proud" anthem. So I'm gonna play it once Dan gets done cooking. Yeah, because I felt like I make songs of how I feel, right? So I felt like we don't have like outside of "I'm Black and I'm Proud," like what other chance we got saying we're black? And the one I made was real quick. It wasn't like it's not like the official version. It just like the other day. Remember when I did the Code is the Leader? The first version was rap. But you see the second version is R&B. So this might be a rough draft of something just real quick, but I felt like we should be like because all day today, man, that song, the Code is the Leader, was in my head when I was walking, like it was a real song on the radio. It was stuck in my head. So I'm like, yo, this is working, at least for me. So I want to I'm Black and I'm Proud song, and this rough draft, this ain't gonna be the finished copy because I wanted it to be where we just when we leave it in our head, we just saying I'm Black and I'm proud. And this rough draft is close to it, but it ain't really where I want it to be. So you'll see this. And this is not the final copy. This is just for tonight.
All the time. We actively encourage you to push back for them. The guy
Talia Tay
Ibrahim
Carter,
Toure
peace.
over in Burkina Faso said he took experience from Black Americans when pushing out the French. You guys welcome that shit. You talking about it was a long time ago. You understand the French still own most of the private interest in Vietnam right now? They the ones made
Needle
prostitution
Swain,
popular over
peace.
there. Matter of fact, they even sold brochures about it all through Paris. Like they even have these annual meetings where they tell people the safest places to go there for prostitution. Like man, come on, we gotta be honest about this. You said you want to have an honest conversation. You come back and the first thing you do is lie about them being dressed from head to toe. It's ridiculous. But appreciate it, Flex, man.
Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate
Yeah, I really like
Just lie
Dan.
for no
it.
reason.
Yes, indeed. Brother.
Outside of
All right,
Tweet and
brother
She,
Tex.
oh shit.
You good? We're not trying to beat up on you, but yeah.
Outside of Tweet and She, like Dan probably my favorite, like the debater over there. I like Mikhail and everybody else, but Dan worked his way up where he's like, yeah, like I said, his style is totally different. I like it.
You can't come in here with misinformation, but we clear a lot of that stuff up. You understand?
I understand what you're saying completely. I mean, I'm just telling you my experiences. This is the girls I dated, the girls I've seen. That's what they do. I mean, I'm not lying. Well, if I'm lying about that, do I see every girl in Vietnam? No, I don't. I see certain ones, and they. I mean, in our culture, it's like if you're darker skinned, it's you live near the equator. You are more likely a farmer. If you're more northern, you're further from the equator, you're more light skinned, so you can afford to live in the city. That's just the way our culture looks
And
at it.
another thing,
I'm not.
slow down. And another thing, because again, I've been out there to Thailand, brother. You talk about ain't no white supremacy. Every other block in Thailand, there's a billboard for the goddamn skin bleaching. You've seen it, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not saying that Asians want to be light skinned. I mean, in South Korea, they sell a lot of beauty products to lighten up your skin.
No,
But it's not. They're not thinking of black
but
people.
slow down, sir. You know, in Thailand, there's big ass billboards all over Thailand about how to lighten your damn skin, isn't it? Hmm?
Yes, but I see that as something that Asians want to do. I mean, it is the European beauty standard, and it's pretty
Oh,
standard across the world.
that part right
And,
there, yeah. So don't tell me how much better you doing and you trying to be like white people. All right? That means they're doing better than you, or you perceive them as doing better than you. If you're trying that desperate to be like them. So that's one thing.
Hey, yo, but this live right here, like if I had caught this live, a person like this right here, see, a family, I'm very patient. You know, I'm a chess teacher. I'm very patient. So with this guy right here, Tex, Rex, whatever his name is, because I won't call in on everybody. It has to fit my style and my information. But this guy, I would have cooked. I would have said, "Hey, you think you're doing better than us in America?" And a guy like him, I would have cooked because he seems to be aware of the Chinese Exclusion Act and the 14th Amendment and 1865 Immigration Act. He seemed to be aware of that. So yeah, he'd have been very, very easy for me. Very easy.
I noticed when I was out there, every other damn billboard was some damn skin bleaching. You go to stores, they got whole aisles of skin bleach. So yeah, let's tell all of it, brother, because some of us have been over there, so we see what the real deal is. But anyway, Tay, let me get some more calls, man. Thank you, Mr. Tex-Mex. I appreciate you. All right.
yes, sir.
All
Thank
So
you.
right.
I played that call. I thought it was interesting. I have no idea. I didn't watch this yet. Let me see what else. Who else
Right.
called in?
It's like this.
Okay, cool.
Jamaicans.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
Jamaicans. Africans. Do you? You call them? Why do you call them Jamaicans?
No, because obviously in the West Indies, like the Caribbean, before there was I don't want to call them like original, but there were people that I'm presuming it's part of a movement. What's the goal of like the movement, if that makes sense?
What's the goal of a Jamaican?
What's the goal of a Jamaican? Right, right. I mean, what you mean? What's the goal? The goal is to live, survive, and do well. What, like, and procreate. Like, what each one teach one type shit. Like, what you mean? What's the goal of the FBA? That's fucking. What's the goal of a Jamaican?
I, I actually don't know how to answer that. I
Same
mean,
thing. That's
like,
like asking what's the goal of a Mexican? Is
so do you want to what like do you want more recognition in America? Do you want to like claim I don't know claim something that's owed to you in America or like again I'm just trying to
Go
like think about what it is in that
lay
sense.
down the covers,
so
man. I'm gonna give you a
like
big
it's
spanking. You're not gonna like
like
it.
a Jamaican. What's the goal of a Jamaican? That's our lineage. No matter what we do, that's not going to change our lineage. If I
Okay,
want to get reparations or fight for it, that's good. If I don't want to do that, if somebody says I don't want to do no reparations, I don't even want reparations, that doesn't change their lineage. It's still a
Right,
foundational Black
right.
American.
And
Nothing
yo,
is different.
and
no,
guess what?
facts.
Many
But
tethers say
what's
that.
your so wait your
Oh, many.
lineage?
I'm sorry.
You
Many coons would say that. Like the diaspora where I was playing earlier, which I'm going to get back to. They were saying that. And family, I got a good show tomorrow morning. So it turned out that Dr. Mayat, who supposedly was supposed to come over here, but I think somebody talked her out of it because they realized she's a Pan-Africanist and I'm the Pan-Africanist eliminator, terminator. But I caught her and Raymond Wimbush together talking about reparations, and she let him undermine us. Raymond Wimbush, Dr. Raymond Wimbush, is a in Cobra narc type of reparations guy, reparationist, and they are against lineage based because they know that that's the way it's supposed to be. If your reparations claim is to be taken seriously, it has to be lineage based. It can't be race based. Race based is a nothing burger, and you'll never get 1 cent because once any government sign off to that, I mean, damn, well, with the black race, that's everybody with African ancestry that just comes to America, and then they just tagged on to the lawsuit, the civil suit, whatever you want to call it. That can't be. All right. But everywhere else that there's a claim, reparations claim against Europeans, all of them are lineage based. Even the Jewish Holocaust, Japanese internment camps, Native Americans, all lineage based.
Okay. So I understand that's your lineage, but what do you like want? Like, is there
Peace,
no
bruh.
like end goal like for like foundational Black Americans? I just want to know what is.
Goal? What's the end goal for any lineage group? What's the end? Why do we have to have an end goal? Why would a lineage have an end goal?
No, because I
Right. It
presumed it
would
was
be to
more of
live
a
long, right?
movement or something. That's why I
But there's
thought
a
because
there's
like let's say
there's
movements,
a
you have. Oh, go on.
there's a renaissance right now. There's a foundational Black American Renaissance movement to just recognize and appreciate the lineage.
Okay, all right, I understand you. So it's more about recognition on a group and
It's like, been
res-
to America before?
yeah, I've been to America multiple
They have
times.
in New York, they have the Caribbean Day Parade.
Yeah, they do.
Right.
They
Why
do.
do they do that?
I'm presuming they have a very strong Caribbean community because when I went to Brooklyn, there was quite a few
There's
Jamaicans and
a lot of
stuff.
them out there.
I went to Flatbush. I got family there,
Deep out
so
there. So why do you think they have a day or a week or whatever to commemorate their Caribbean lineage? Why do you think they do that?
I don't know, maybe because their community is quite strong and they just like try to push it, if that makes sense. But
So do they have a goal, or do they just want to recognize their lineage? And
I guess just recognition really and just celebrate their
right,
culture.
that's exactly what we're doing. All we're doing is celebrating foundational Black American culture. There's no goal. It's just we're celebrating our culture. We're not, we don't want to be treated generic Africans, because that's people try to erase you when they do that, and then they try to co-opt and then erase your culture. So we're appreciating our culture just like every other group. No goal. We're just recognizing our lineage and paying homage to our ancestors and showing respect to our unique culture and heritage and lineage. That's it.
Okay, all right. But you said Africans. So do you not want? Obviously, you don't want to be grouped with, let's say, someone who is from like sub-Saharan Africa or North Africa or wherever. You don't want to be grouped at all with them. You want to be grouped with found like as your lineage,
What
which
do you mean?
is foundational Black America. So you know how, let's say, um, how can I say this? Right. So if let's say I live in the UK, yeah. All right. Let's say there's people that are I don't. All right. Let's say there's people that are from Jamaica. Let's say, and they come to the UK. Would you call them? I don't know, the same thing, like a foundational person to the UK, if that makes sense, or no?
I'm lost. You kind of lost me on.
Okay, so you're trying to. So you were saying about
Yeah, this dude is crazy. My man said foundational to the UK. Do you understand what foundational means, bro? That means you helped build the UK to be what the UK is today. Like, dude, what are you talking about, man? Uh, you guys were colonized. So you didn't build the UK. You were exploited. Family, do we know what colonization means? I had to teach Pan-African James what colonialism is. He didn't even know. It's like, no, it's not slavery, bro. Like you're in your land, they exploit your land for all its resources and minerals and things like that, and they take it to their land. That means your land gives them your resources and everything else, and you don't, your land is without it, it don't benefit, but you stay in your land. So another place is being greater by your resources. That's what colonialism is. That's what a colonizer is. So you stay where you are, they take your resources, they go bye-bye, and you're stuck in the land with nothing, and their country is now better off. It's greater. Right? So you didn't build UK. You didn't build anything. Like you were left in your hand. Like your resources help make the UK greater. Your resources definitely, but you were not responsible for building, using the resources and put them to work in the UK. So so you can't be foundational in UK. You could be foundational in an island somewhere.
what was it, Africans. So you don't want to be grouped with like other groups. You just want your group to get recognition, which is foundational Black
What do you
Americans.
mean? I don't.
And
I don't want to be grouped. Grouped where? Grouped how? Grouped by who?
like grouped with you basically want a singular group recognition. Like if like I was to say, I don't know, South Asian, you're grouping like multiple countries. You get what I'm saying? Whereas if you're to say, and there's some people that may look South Asian and they may not be from said part, if that makes sense. They may have been somewhere else in the world. So you don't want to be like grouped with like just being called like an African American or something like that. You want to be recognized as, oh,
So you see where his real questions are coming now. So he didn't really care about the end goal of FBAs and all that foolishness. He was really trying to get to the meat of what he wanted to say, which was, "Are you African?" type shit. Renaissance women in the building, Kia Hall in the building. Yeah. So now he's getting to what he wanted to really ask. He wanted to debate. That's all. But I mean, bro, you could just lead with it. You ain't got to lie to kick it.
he's foundational Black
Right.
American in
We're not.
comparison to African.
Not these other groups. When they get a win, they make sure their specific group is going to be recognized. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Let's be very clear. They're the main ones delineating. If they get a win, if they win an award, if they get a PhD, they're going to say with their full chest, "I am Jamaican. This is
Okay,
Nigeria. This is for South Korea." They're going to go out of their way to delineate, to give that group a win. And that's fine. We do the same thing. We want to do the same thing with some of
Go
our
lay down on the
wins
floor.
because we have a
Stay
history of
down.
sharing all of our wins with everybody. We got this thing where everybody can just come in our culture and be a part of it. And then what happens is people start disrespecting it and then co-opting it and then try to make us guests in our own culture and then tell us that they created it and we got it from them. And then it gets a little disrespectful. So gatekeeping the culture brings a lot of cultural integrity and group respect. So that's what we're doing now. We're just making people respect our culture the same way we respect theirs. That makes sense?
okay. Um. Also, you said something about reparations. Is that something like you want,
Oh my God. Sounds Bantu. Peace, man. Peace to you.
or have I just misinterpreted what you said?
I'd never even mentioned reparations.
I thought you said reparations. Okay, my bad.
Yeah,
So I thought you said reparations
I
earlier.
did
Caught
say
him.
that.
Caught him.
Okay,
But
so
reparations is something important, though.
okay, so would you want to like expand on that or?
Oh,
What's there to
damn.
expand to? We got it. We're fighting for reparations over here for foundational Black Americans. It's that simple.
Okay,
And you
okay,
should be
but
fighting in the
let's
Caribbean
say
for
you win.
CARICOM.
What does the win look like? Like,
Oh boy,
does that
here
look
he
like
is.
land? Does that look like just like financial? If that makes sense, like so just payouts to people, or like I just want to know how it would look if let's say you were to win court case. They say right, foundational Black Americans have won. What would you get if that makes sense from the win?
Yeah, now the particulars of it, that's something that would be discussed within foundational Black American groups. Now, why would that concern you? Why would you be concerned with how the payout was going to be? Why would you be?
No, no, I'm just genuinely interested, like as
Why?
to what,
Why are you interested in that?
because then that shows that groups that don't get recognition or like maybe not as mainstream, because obviously I've never heard about any of this until like you explained to me. So I wouldn't say it's like a big mainstream like group or whatever. So if like that is offensive to anyone, but it's just genuinely because I haven't heard
What's a
like of it.
what's a big stream group? What are you talking about?
Like so, if we were to say about right, if you'd say someone's Asian, you'd go okay, they for you that would be because of the community being strong in America. In America, you would say it would be like a Far East Asian or something like that. Whereas if I was to say Asian in the UK, we're more likely to think of someone who's South Asian.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I'm trying to say if that looks like all right, let's say if you win your reparations and like the court case goes through whatever and you win, Do you not think that would make other groups in the world also try to do the same thing against like their, well, not against their country, but try to pursue the same thing?
People follow our lead. Yeah, people follow.
Yeah, like do you not think other countries will start to think, right, maybe we deserve reparations, and then there would be multiple things, like it could do a domino effect, if that is what I'm trying to say.
Right, right. Well, they got something already in the Caribbean. They got their own form of it called CARICOM, where the European nations are getting together trying to get reparations from the European powers. So,
Yeah, of
yeah,
course.
so but people are watching us and they're watching what we do. And also another thing, you get a lot of non-FBAs who are over here working with the white supremacists to actually sabotage our reparations. And that's been a major problem. That's why delineation is very important, because what they'll do, we'll fight to get a reparations task force and then we'll get it. And then what they'll do, the white supremacists will do a little trick bag move by putting a bunch of Caribbeans on the reparations task force. And those Caribbeans, they're not even qualified to get reparations. So low key, they're sabotaging what we got going on, and everything gets stalled out because you have a bunch of people who have dual allegiances and their allegiance is not towards us. So that's why delineation is very important, where we just can't be lumped all in with each other when it comes to lineage-based issues. That makes sense?
That, yeah. So I get what you're saying. You don't want to be grouped in because it could affect how the court proceedings could go for you.
Right. And when you say lump,
Okay, cool.
we got to put it in context. Like if, we somewhere having, if there's a case where a black person, an African or a Caribbean person is being harmed by the cops or whatever, we'll stand up and fight for justice if they're on code, if the family's on code. We'll fight for justice for that person because we see them as an extension of the melanated family globally. But when we talk
Yeah.
lineage-based tangibles and things that are supposed to be given to us, then we have to delineate. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Right. Can I also go back to the point then of what like it would look like if reparations were given? Because I'm genuinely like, because that it's not a small thing if you think about it. If it's not just you, like, listen, there's 1,900 people in this space. Like, God knows how many like people there are that group themselves within foundational Black Americans. The reparations would be massive. Like, I'm genuinely intrigued as to what the reparations would look like. Would it be, I don't know,
Same thing as red Native Americans. It'll be the same thing.
oh, so you're talking like literally a land split, if that makes sense.
Land money, the same thing, red Native.
Wow. That's all. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
We're
My
trying to
man
get it as
said,
high as
"Wow,
the
like that,
same
like that
vein as the
was
red Native Americans.
asking
They
for
get
too much."
cash, they get land, tax-free status, sovereignty, they get their own hospitals. So we want something in that same vein. So that's what we're looking at.
exactly the same, or just
Exactly the same. But let me move. Let me get some more calls. Okay.
Yeah, because
Now
he was going
just getting a little
nowhere.
boring at this point. All right, thank you, brother. Let me get some more calls in here. All right, Sebastian, hop on in. Mr. Sebastian.
I didn't know I play that much. The Vietnamese guy caught my attention.
Here?
Not allowed to access any international funds because the
Boring as hell. Okay, I'm trying to rock with you. This brother, man.
All right, yeah, be some weirdos calling his show. All right, okay. So Impress Lattes in the building. All right, so let me play again, family. This is just a rough draft. This ain't the full I'm Black and I'm Proud anthem song. And I told you my motivation to make this was I wanted to like I was searching the internet to play something, that was already in existence as an intro. And there's like nothing out there, like nothing new. So I'm like, yeah, I said, we need a modern 2025 I'm Black and I'm Proud chant. So again, I'm just playing with it. This ain't the final copy. This is a rough draft. But this is what I got so far. It might even be a song. It might be R&B. I don't know.
I'm black and I'm proud, and I say it loud. Hey, I'm black with a capital B. Black is my nationality. I'm black and I'm proud, and I'll say it loud. I'm black, I'm black, I'm black. What makes you ashamed to be black American? But don't forget the foundation. I'm black and I'm proud, and I'll say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud, and I'll say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud, and I'll say it loud.
Yeah, I know the voice. I got work on the voice. Again, this was just a quick rough draft. Like that's. I know the voice. I peeped that too. Like that's not an American accent. So, but that's I'm playing with it. I'm playing with it. So you got to make tweaks. Like when you make a song, AI song, like every AI song I did, the two I did, the FBA anthem and the Code is the Leader, each one of them I had to play around with it. Like you know what I mean? I had to really tweak it. So again, that's why I said that's not the final copy. That's just a rough draft where I'm going. But even with that one, it's a nice beat, whatever. But I want it to be more of a chant where so my goal is this, family, look, my goal is this with the I'm Black and I'm Proud anthem. I want us to, when the song goes off, I want that to be in our head. Like, for example, when I was playing The Code is the Leader, when I left that diner, that was in my head all day. A lot like a real song from the radio. So that's my goal for I'm Black and I'm Proud. I want it to be a chant where it's so maybe I make it a song. Maybe rap ain't gonna be it. You dig? So maybe if I make it a song, it'll fit the narrative. Go over there. Yeah, so but I'm just playing with it. But I want it to be like stuck in our head when I'm done with it. All right, all right. So Alexis Berry in the building with a super chat. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely use that $2 to do my live tomorrow at the diner. Like I said, the diner expensive, family. And when you go in there, don't forget I'm Black and I'm proud. And this is not like a black city. This is a Latino city. This is a Haitian city. It turned to this. I didn't know. But it's everything but black. Like you don't see too many foundation Black Americans. So when I'm in there, I get stared at all day long. I just gotta ignore it. I hate it. It pisses me off. But they stare at me all day long. White people, Haitians, everybody. They all, oh, Foundation Black American. Wow. What is he doing in here? Because it's like a nice area. You feel me? So I can't be caught in those diners not purchasing stuff. Cause then that's their reason. Like, hey, so you can't come back. So when y'all do send the super chats and cash apps, I definitely put those in motion at these diners because they're very expensive. And I'm there for like 3-4 hours. So I gotta, I just can't buy a cup of coffee. I gotta buy something and then something again and then something again. But anyway, so that was me just playing with that. Thanks for the super chat. But I think to make this ring in our ears, I probably gotta make it a song, make it softer, more like an R&B beat, and the lyrics hopefully can ring in our ears. All right. So with that being said, let me now play the Diaspora Wars. But as I just said, it's gonna be a dope live tomorrow because I caught Dr. Mayat linking up with Dr. Raymond Winbush to talk trash about our reparations, ADOS and FBA, because I thought I was done with that. But it turned out that I gotta debunk their video, dismiss their BS information. It's garbage.
Vary from person to person.
Specifically you. I'm just only you.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean,
you think that there's a need for a global connection for
Yeah,
black
like
people within the diaspora?
in the advent of like remote working, like a lot of people are taking their high paying first world jobs and going to live like somewhere else. And
He'll help
for
me
me, I
50-50.
got family in Canada, I got family in England, I got family in Florida, Atlanta, everywhere. Like I kind of
So bro said, why your numbers so low? Now okay. So the weekends are normally hard to go live and get good numbers. The weekends are always tough because you got all the other bigger content creators. But I really believe I'm being shadow banned for that Charlie Kirk video, the first one, the day of his assassination or the next day, one of them. I think when because my thing was not to speak on it because I know how sensitive YouTube is, small hat YouTube is. But I let people convince me, and every time, family, I don't go with what I do, and I let people convince me every time. I'm talking about as far as content, it never works out. Every time I let somebody convince me to do a video that's not in my style, every time something bad happens. So I let somebody convince me again. And I think I'm being shadow banned because I see some people today earlier in the evening live that I ain't seen in so long. Like, damn, where you been at? Feel me? But uh, so the weekends are very tough, especially nighttime.
come from a family of people, like it's not weird for me to call my uncle in Canada. It's not weird for like my great aunt to visit me from England. So to me, it makes sense to like keep those connections, build, and honestly, like I think it kind of goes to the greater picture of America is kind of a declining country. Like if you look at us in comparison to other developed nations, there's certain things that we don't have. There's certain things that we don't do. There's certain things that we don't provide for the citizens in this country. So to kind of hedge your bets on this country being the place that you're going to live in for the next 5 decades, I think if you're really following the news, I don't even think a lot of us on this call would even be here. You know, a lot of people within my field, the tech field, once these brothers get their money, like they're gone. Like they go to Italy, they go to Mexico, they go back to Africa. You know, I ain't trying to rile nobody up, but like it's I'm like I said, like I'm not saying that's something for everyone, but I do think that you're not necessarily building the most, I guess, fruitful future for yourself if you're kind of limiting yourself to only living here, because you never know what's going to happen. You know, like I think people kind of take for granted the position that America's in, but like anybody can be a refugee, anybody can get it. Like, but yeah.
Yeah. So real quick, G, I love for you to read out the super chat that we have. Again, this is also a quick plug. So again, these conversations aren't free. And if y'all would love to donate towards the cause of these conversations in general, make sure y'all send a super chat. G.
So what were we talking about? I just lost.
Yeah, a tether always want to act like America's gonna fall tomorrow. Anybody can be a refugee. Shut up, fool. Dirty drive peace.
Lost my train of thought. Alex, you commented on what was the question, Q?
Oh, I'll read the super chat real quick, then I'm gonna toss back to you. Focus on
anybody can be a refugee. People take advantage of America's strong position in the world, and tomorrow you could be fleeing your country. Okay.
The community. Ain't no politician about to play 15+% of the U.S. population. Build community. And I think
yes, he was Empress La Texas. Oh, get money and go to Africa. Yeah, right.
Yeah, maybe that's a throw to the reparations conversation in general. And if it's possible, if it's going to be a thing that might work, might
right,
not.
Jersey.
Got my train of thought back.
All right.
So we were talking about the importance of allies and being connected as a community. And I think, there's a difference between having being friends and having relationships. So for example, you wouldn't necessarily classify the US and China as allies, but there's an undeniable relationship between the two. They rely on each other to do business, that help each other in certain ways. And I think as an FBA community, we need relationships established to build our community, because you still need to be able to trade. You need to be able to do other things in other places. And so whether that be, quote unquote friendships, I don't think that's necessarily the case, like is the key word, but we do need established relationships so that we can do business in a global society, in my opinion. We don't want to be,
real well.
with respect to
they wish that we would
some other
some money move
smaller
Africa,
developing
Africa
black
up.
nations. Like when you're isolated, it's tough to grow your economy. And as a foundational Black American, if we delineate and we become our own thing, then there needs to be a strategy to grow economically. And it's tough to do that without relying on some people outside of where we come from.
Yeah. What are these guys talking about, man? Like black folks, if you get the reparations check, it's up to you guys to save the world. Like, dude, I'm not thinking about you guys at all. I get my check. I'm not thinking about saving Africa at all. Zero. Okay. I'm gonna think about trying to establish intergenerational wealth with my lineage. You feel me? Not thinking about no goddamn Africa at all, bro. Stop.
Don't you think that everyone's already delineated but FBAs? We're the only people that call ourselves people of color. Like the Black Caucus, they fight for all.
So do y'all want to go into the delineation conversation now, or finish off this question? It's up to y'all.
I want to sit here a little bit more.
Okay. So stay here, and then we're gonna get there to delineation, Trey.
All right.
I know you got a bag for that one. But I think where was we at?
Can I ask you a last question?
Unity and the allies is important.
Unit. So I'd love to hear your opinion on it. In general, do you think that there's a need for a global unity within all blacks of the diaspora?
I think if black people need a connection across the diaspora, then we might as well hang it up, because they're not even united with themselves.
Right, at all.
In Africa, on the continent, they have intertribal beefs.
Mm-hmm.
They have genocides and civil wars against each other. We just need to focus on building ourselves up, because until we build ourselves up, we aren't fit to be allies with anyone anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Taya said, I'd rather buy the island before I go there. Facts.
I feel like that was going to get some commentary from the panel. Nah?
Yeah. My bad. My kids
this
baby
right.
nursery alarm went off.
This panel is so dry. The comments, the questions are dry. Everything about this is garbage. The host is garbage. The host is like a panelist. Like, he's not even like being a host. He's like doing most of the talking. Bro, you ask the question, you just shut up, and then wait for your turn to talk. Like, he's really ruining this panel.
I kind of want to like sit on like what Trey said. Like, I think this has to kind of be understood. I'm not trying to disparage anyone, and like I know people cooking me in the comments, but like I really don't have anything against getting reparations, and I really don't have any problem
you do. You a big
with
tether,
the FBA
bro.
movement, apart from like some parts. But
top left with the Atlanta has the host.
Like, it takes an immense amount of privilege to say, like, the diaspora is this and the diaspora is that, and they need to fix their own problems, when like you live in a country that contributes to those problems. Like
stop it.
It's kind of like MF Doom said. It's like taking the soldier's weapon, kicking them and shooting them and telling them get the step in. Like, that's pretty much what I keep hearing, and like that's why, honestly, if you don't think that that there is nothing to build with them or nothing to have, that's one thing. But to essentially be a part of a system and a machine that is running.
Okay, here's the other angle that they take. I talked about this before. They will dismiss their former colonizers as sabotaging them if they are, and then all of these tethers, they point at America is the big bad wolf that's undermining their country and, sanctioning it, embargoes, all those things to make it poor, because they want to add America in their reparations claim. That's why they do that. So they all gotta fictitiously just blame America for something, and then because we live here and we're proud to be Americans, they'll say, "Hey, so you guys are down with the America bullying and sabotaging, and so you guys are with this." This is a whole bunch of nothing burgers. I already heard this retarded argument before.
Like running around like a bull in a china shop, like that doesn't make any sense. It's like I don't want this conversation.
I mean, we're fighting the machine though. So, and then why don't the people fight back? Like they have their own corrupt governments. Instead of fighting the corrupt governments, they get on the first thing smoking over here to benefit what we fought for.
That's not necessarily true, Trey. Like I don't think anybody is getting on a.
So you fight your government.
A plane or a train to get here. Like I think you kind of need to look at things as they are. And
we're gonna put like 3 more minutes on the conversation and then wrap it up.
Just to kind of root this conversation and like
this part of the conversation.
Why?
Yeah, just in general human nature and like human instincts. Like why did everybody move to Chicago, Detroit, St. Louis, New York, New Jersey, Baltimore? No, but why? But why? Like for what you're saying,
for jobs in our own country that we fought for.
That's not why, Trey.
So are you comparing pledging allegiance to a new country to moving across?
Yeah. Now you should let them tell us why, so I can get a good laugh. Why did we move to these different countries, these different states? I would love to hear a tethered reason.
Trey, I said the human reason why. You were in the South. And why didn't you stay in the South and fix it? Like you see how backwards
a lot of us did stay in the
South. So I want to hear Trey's answer to that question.
Yeah, me too.
You asked him. I want to hear his answer.
Let me finish it. Like
you was going rhetorical. I got you.
Yeah, like it's one of those things where, like we had a great migration north, a great migration west. That's why there's black people in California. That's why there's black people in all over this country. And to say like
Renaissance woman.
There's always been black people there. There are already black people in Chicago. Even since they said the guy with the French last name, the French Creole guy, they said he founded that. And also they had French, like black people who helped the explorers map the United States when they first came here. So this idea that we are fleeing or anywhere or going anywhere else, we've been here, so we move around our nation. There's nothing near comparable than abandoning your homeland, and instead of fighting back, you just come over here and build a new life and never go back.
Hold on.
We're gonna wrap this point. I'm sure we're gonna be able to circle back within this because we're about to dive into delineation in general.
But that's what I'm saying. Like it's.
I do want to hear what are you saying about people leaving the South? Are you saying that they left for I do want to know what are you saying here?
Like the reason why I'm saying that is it's like would you fault somebody being in antebellum South, being in Reconstruction South, being in Jim Crow South, saying I can't do nothing down here. Let me move me and my family to New Jersey, to Baltimore, to anywhere else to get an opportunity.
All right, let me respond to that. That's why I feel like to have these panels, they need somebody qualified to really answer these questions and give an educated answer. For one, we are in states, okay? So where he want to hear is this. We're in states that's dominated by white supremacists, people like the KKK and all type of racist governors and mayors and blah, 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 okay? We are the minority in those states. All right. So, and they're unconstitutionally not respecting our rights in the country. And then we hear about jobs up north. So of course, that just makes absolute sense. Our labor created jobs all throughout the country. So we're literally entitled to any available employment in the country. So we hear about jobs up north or wherever, we're going to go and we're going to take advantage of what our labor produced. All right. Real simple. But that's totally different because like I said, we got an open enemy who is manipulating us, right? Depriving us. And they run the country and those states. We're the minority. And those people are not like us. They don't look like us, nothing. They're a whole different, everything about them. You guys is totally different. You guys are in a country with people who are the same as yourself. Okay. All of you are the same person ethnically, same ethnic group. You're literally running from yourself. And guess what? You guys make up the majority. It's just you guys. We are the small, tiny minority. It's just you guys there. So that's confusing to us. We're not leaving these states because it's us who's oppressing us. It's us who's attacking us or discriminating against us, if that's even a thing. No, this is a whole nother people. This is the strongest government, the strongest army in the world. Okay, so we're seeking employment in different areas that our labor created. Okay, we're not going to allow you guys to come to the country and you get those jobs and we're stuck in the South sharecropping, whatever. Okay, so it's clear it's job opportunities. The South wasn't interested in industrializing at all. They wanted free or cheap labor. The North was interested in industrializing. So there you go.
Like, that's why, like sometimes these conversations, they kind of, like, I get what you're saying, but like, would you fault any like, we all have families, we all people we care about. You mean to tell me you would rather have your children starve to death than to stay somewhere and not be able to provide for them? I don't think any of us would say that.
Mr. Mel.
A lot of us wouldn't abandon our homelands and then just say, leave it to hell and then go someplace else and allow our families still there and never go back. And honestly, the only reason that they have a place to come, we fought them to allow Black immigrants to come to America. And we fought for them to quit bondage over there. We fought for South Africans. We even fought for Ethiopians. We do a lot of fighting for other people. What we need to do is for them to fight for themselves. We haven't seen enough of that, in my opinion.
Even that's kind of like a really reductive view of history. But just the question I'm asking the group: if you had to put food on the table, provide for your family, take care of your loved ones, and it means, I don't know, moving to Canada, like, are y'all telling me that y'all would stay here?
Right, so wait, I'm
zero opportunity.
I guess I'm just trying to figure out,
everybody's confused by
why are you saying what you're saying? To say that, did somebody say we can't go from, say, Alabama to Chicago, or like, are you saying there's a difference between going from Alabama to Chicago and then going from Alabama to Toronto?
I'm just
trying to get
I didn't even say like the video. I think you did. The late crew normally likes the video without me saying it.
Yeah, so
what you're driving home.
So in the grand scheme of things, in a global economy, why are we faulting people for moving to where they're pretty much an economic opportunity to raise their people out of the gutter?
We could do better with Light's family. We're down 20.
Are we faulting people would be my question. Like, I didn't realize we were faulting people for wanting to live abroad. Are we faulting them for that?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm most definitely faulting them, bro.
For living abroad?
No, not for living abroad, but if you leave a place where your people are struggling, and you're the majority, and you're sitting on trillions of dollars of resources, and you have a corrupt government
that
bows down to Europeans, then why would I respect?
Yo, how is the host doing that? How is the host also a panelist? You heard the host. The host said this is African hate. Like, wait a minute, aren't you just a host? Like, I didn't know a host can do that. So he calls it African hate. So just we can't be honest about Africa at all. We just gotta lie and, oh my God, it's Wakanda over there. Listen to this fool.
Person, and you're the majority, and you're sitting on trillions of dollars of resources, and you have a corrupt government
that
bows down to Europeans.
Africa hate.
Then why would I respect the person that comes over here to benefit off of what we fought for, especially if they have contempt for us? Like, the Pan-Africanism needs to start in Africa. Otherwise, there's no.
Well, wouldn't they be coming over here because of exploitation inside Africa? So they're not able to explicitly get what is or take advantage of those things. So the idea is that I'm going to make money here, then send the money back, and then use that money to then build up whatever, like the resources is to where they can take advantage of what's literally on their land.
Man, a lot of the people that can afford to come to Africa are the same tribes that got rich from selling us into slavery. They sold all the men off, and then that helped them to get.
Is that like they deserve it type of thing?
I wouldn't say they deserve it, but they don't deserve to benefit from what we fought for while we get undermined as a result of it. But they could.
Wouldn't that same thing apply for like Eastern Europeans too, for example?
Yes, they are also fleers. Like the people that fled the Irish potato famine and they came over here, they fled. Like we didn't have any place to run. We've been in the belly of the beast. We had to fight.
So like everybody that came through Ellis Island, pretty much then.
Yes, they're fleers. They came over here to freeload off of what black people built here for free, and we didn't benefit from it. So that's why reparations is the most important thing for us.
So you really don't. So you really don't fuck with like most Americans in general.
I wouldn't say I don't fuck with them, but I don't put their interests ahead of mine.
Okay.
Like this is, I think this is a very interesting thing to hear because like Trey, if you weren't born in the zip code that you were born in, and you weren't born in Africa, not Africa, my bad. I should never said that one. If you weren't born here, if you weren't born here, come on, bro. If you weren't born here, like, do you think you would have the same opinion? Like, let's say you were like born in, like, I don't know, like, let's see, like,
I wouldn't know, man. There's different cultures.
Where's Borat from? Pakistan. Like, let's say he was born there. Like, how would you you wouldn't think that a viable option to uplifting your family is going anywhere where work is, going anywhere where there was a better opportunity?
You're a product of your environment, and I looked up to people who fought against the power. I didn't look up to people that fled. So I guess if I came from a place where people looked up to people that fled, then I would probably see nothing wrong with it. But coming from the people who I look up to, who did everything to fight the strongest military in the world, who was against us, and to get everything that we had, I think that like, I hate to get into when Kanye said slavery was a choice type thing. Like, it wasn't a choice for us. I'm saying when we eventually, it wasn't a choice for all of us, but it was a choice for the ones that decided to sell us out to get their freedom. And
hey, fellas, I think that this is a fitting spot to kind of push the conversation a little bit further, and get into this delineation conversation as a whole. I'm gonna start it off. Maybe some people might call this a loaded question or something that we could really unpack for a second. I'll ask this: are all blacks in America, or all descendants of slavery, African?
Yes.
No.
Are all foundational black Americans African? That's a better way to put it.
How do we define African? Because I think
came over as slaves.
Came over as slaves. So
Yes.
fresh off a boat, African is what we're saying.
Yes. I know that there's multiple narratives within the FBA movement, so I'm just throwing this out as almost an alley-oop to kind of begin the conversation.
So our black, well, I think that's
Chat
kind
said
of like
no.
I think that's the thing about it. Like, I think there's a good admixture of a lot of things. Like for the most part, it's African. I think, some of us kind of have like very unique heritages where we might have some Native American, but even that's kind of like inconsequential to some degree. And unfortunately, not unfortunately. Well,
and when you say Native American, are you speaking of like what they classify as like Native American, Alaskan Native on like the census, like that phenotype in person?
Like when I say Native American, I'm talking about like the 474 recognized federally recognized tribes.
Mm-hmm.
Those folks. In addition to that, like white. I think it's always like, every 4 years when the Olympic happens and we're doing the 100-meter race, like for me, I see nothing but West Africans from America, Jamaica, England, all running the 100-meter. And like, if you're going to deny the genetics that had to take place for all those people to look the same, all the fast muscle twitch muscles that went into that, like, I'm just saying, like, I don't know how anyone thinks that like the brothers you see in Ghana and Nigeria are any different than the brothers you see here. Like
The West
it's
Coast Africa. Okay. So
Hey,
all right.
can I-
So in essence, you understand that in general, blacks are some version of a derivative of descendants of Africans from probably like the West Coast of Africa.
not derivatives; they are West African.
Nah, man.
So I mean, of course, you also put in Native Americans or American Indians, and you also put it like you know just slave master had fun also, all that different shit. But
Hey, I
in
got a
general,
question.
because I think that there is, as I'm looking at the comments, and I want to throw the alley oop to Trey. There's some people that would also say that Native Americans were also like the original Native Americans were black as well, and that's a consistent narrative within the FBA community. Trey, I'll throw you that alley oop, and I'll let you kind of like get into some version of unpacking.
Yeah, I appreciate that, and I'm gonna answer this question, but real quick, I'm gonna Alice. I was curious if you've done like any of your own research, or you just like got what you got from like schools and everything. But my bad. Let me answer your question. But that's so. I know that there were Black Americans in America before slavery. I know this for a fact because there's archaeological evidence and there's evidence in museums of Black people.
Did you send me something over?
Yeah, I sent you plenty of like, a bunch of pictures of from museums showing Black people. And the original explorers all said that there were Black people that came here. Every continent on the globe had Black people there originally. America is no different. And we have to think, who told us we're from Africa? Is it the same people that colonized us, who raped, pillaged, and murdered us and everything like that, and gave us started germ warfare, and then set the dolls on us, fed us those, and enslaved us? And the people that stand to benefit from having us believe we're from Africa? In the white public education system. So if that's all you're going based on, then you really don't have, as far as being a part of this conversation, you know, you're not really like, with all due respect, you're not like qualified for the discussion unless you've done your own research.
Okay.
All right. So before we
let
so
me
no, Alex. So I'm gonna let you
let
respond
me-
directly after this. I'm gonna just share what Trey has sent in, and it'll go directly to you. So these are some of the pieces of, you know, just research and things that he wanted to be shared. Trey, as I go through it, just let us know what we're looking at really quickly.
Okay, real quick. This is just Frederick Douglass, and it shows where even during his time, the Black Native Americans here, they claimed this as their native lands. They had no camaraderie or connection with Africa, and this is in like over 100 years ago. This is some of the original maps that we have here that were where they were in Florida, like some of your people. They show that they were here presently in Florida when the Europeans first arrived.
Okay, and you're speaking about like skin tone on the people in the image. This
Right,
is
exactly. This is a picture of this article from 1847 where they're calling these dark melanated people Mayans. So the Mayans that we know.
But
that
this
were in
picture is
Florida,
not from 1847.
I mean, the article is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the article goes into more detail, but the
Okay,
picture,
got you.
Yeah. This is some artifact of Black Aboriginal that was in North America.
I know Kodak Black if I ever seen it.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so this goes back before European contact. This is another picture from Mexico where it shows the paintings inside an Indian, you know, house or something like that, and it shows all Black people in there.
Okay.
And this is the definition of American from the.
So the host claims that he is a FBA Foundation Black American. The host is the guy who's talking about interesting. The top with the Atlanta hat. I truly believe that he's lying. Okay, so if he's FBA in any way, shape, form, he is 100% a coon conservative. All right. So that's why that's why he's talking like that. He's confusing us because he got so much hate towards FBA, towards Foundation Black Americans, and but he claims he's foundational himself, so he has to be a coon conservative. That's the only way an FBA can have that much hate for another FBA. And they got to be a cool and conservative. But we'll see. Like, because usually when they talk a lot, like I hear something and I know exactly their position. So let's see. And that's why family. That's why I feel like I should be part of these panels, man. If you ever find yourself on a panel with a bunch of haters, like try to see my schedule because I feel like I can represent our position a little better. I think I'm well more polished. You dig? Than these guys right here and other panels I see where FBAs having discussions with these tethers. Because I would like to ask him a question. Like, dude, I'm telling you, I could ask one or two questions. I know exactly if he's a conservative or not. Okay, because he already said he's not an immigrant. So I'm not going to ask him those questions. I'm going to ask him conservative questions. All right, the stuff I know he holds dearly to, and he's not going to deny it.
I think 60 census, it should show somewhere in that screenshot. But regardless, it says Native American originally applied to the Aboriginals and copper-colored races found here by Europeans, but now applied to the descendants of Europeans born in America. That was the original Webster definition before they changed it because it suited their narratives to not believe that we're from America.
Okay. All right. So now, as I said.
Okay, so Marvin Rowell said they want to be African. They want us to be African. Negroes are undoubtedly related, but we are American. They are African. Other blacks or European. Pan-Afan Scam 8 says tethers equals non-sustainable, docile, maladaptive culture of lies, filth, laziness, parasitism of FBA, cowardice, deceit, and loss. Damn.
Alex, I want to make sure I give you the floor.
I think what happens a lot of the time is historically when they came over here, I'm talking about Columbus and them, to kind of go to what Trey was saying.
I ain't about to do this right here. I'm going to skip past that part because that tether don't know shit. He don't know any history. Okay, here we are. So now they're going to accuse us of wanting to be white. This is another corny Pan-Africanist angle.
To make sure that we do not let our lineage get mixed out to the fact that we're just one big African, because you can't.
Can I ask you a follow-up question as well?
That's the guy, the conservative or tether.
A common detractor to that concept that I've seen in general, from whether it's Pan-African or whoever else, maybe it's B1, I don't know. They tend to call FBA assimilationists, and that they suffer from Stockholm syndrome. What do you think about that?
I think that's a projection, because they're the ones that are still colonized by colonizers that aren't even present on their, the colonizers work from home and they do the bidding of the colonizer for them. Meanwhile, over here, we coined the phrase Black Power, and we coined Pan-Africanism. So
do you think that assimilating? Well, I guess if I'm gonna try and make their point as best as I could, FBA would then be somewhat isolating yourself away from the diaspora, in which it then would mean that you are assimilating to pretty much the dominant American society to an extent. In which, you say no
because he's talking.
It's still
he's talking too.
You say what?
I don't think we're adopting their culture, because whatever we do it our own way. Like, we're not eating cauliflower.
But it's still under the guise of whether you want to call it white supremacy.
I'm telling you, man, these guys like this, they make me so angry, because all this fake confidence that's out the door when they talk to the right person.
Capitalism or whatever branch of American structure that controls the people.
But they imitate us, though, more than we imitate
through capitalism.
Them. You know what I'm saying? Like our style, our culture, our music, our food.
Is this like the Trey show? Man, what?
Oh, my bad.
You gotta break it up,
bro. I feel like I've done the most research on Native Americans.
No, you just get to talk the most.
You think so?
When you say they, like who is like?
Do you know who
is
Walter
they?
Plecker is?
So hold on.
Oh, not the
Pause
Walter
real quick.
Plecker.
I guess I
Do you
feel
know who
as though
Stokely
in chat.
Carmichael is? Because you just
Yes,
said
of
that.
course I do.
So who? So like, tell me again.
Do you know who Walter Plecker
Black?
is? Do you know what the Dallas Rolls are? All right, what did Walter Plecker do?
What is that relevant to the conversation we're having right now?
Because he erased our identity, and we're talking about our identity, and you don't even know who did it. So you know of the Virginia Slave Code where they reclassified us.
The Virginia slave codes, when the Barbados pretty much
No,
said
he
the
doesn't
same
know.
thing that had in
Barbados,
Barbados.
bro.
Yes, it does. But you don't know that. So what point are you making?
Okay, yeah, the tether on the bottom right doesn't know much. So like he's cooking him, but he has to ignore that tether. That tether is he's literally a time wasting tether, like in all sense. Like he's taken away from the little bit of what the panel is offering. Yeah, that was playing.
Bro, the Virginia Slave Code is when they said the Aboriginals that are in Virginia are reclassified
do you know
as
where the
Negroes.
original slaves that were in the Virginias, Carolinas, and Georgia came from?
Some of them came from the islands of the Caribbean, but there were also black people already here. And you're denying that, even though there's evidence to the contrary that you discount.
Okay, but like you the problem you have is like you keep straw manning. Like I didn't say that there weren't black people here. I'm saying
so we were here. Okay, then. So what do
you do gotta let
why you gotta be disingenuous, bro? Like don't you can't your argument stand on their own merit?
Because I'm my bad.
What am I trying to do?
I'm not trying to attack you, man, because I guess it's difficult for me to, when I've done a lot of research on this, and then when people tell me that what I just read isn't true, and what they got is based off what they've done like through K through 12, that I had that as well. It's like you have to, if I give you a new fact that you haven't heard of, and I want you to consider it without falling back into the original conclusion. Otherwise, it's like, what's the point of like, it's like it's on deaf ears. If I tell you that about the Dawes Rolls, you know what the Dawes Rolls were, right?
Explain.
All right, the Dawes Rolls were when they allowed only white people to sign up to be $5
not your level, man.
And that's where they got signed up for the 5 civilized tribes. And to be a 5 civilized tribes, all of whom fought for the Confederacy, in order to be considered that, you had to practice slavery and give up your lineage. And also, there were 500 tribes in America. It wasn't just the 5 civilized tribes. So, I mean, I'm not trying to overtalk or anything. My bad. I don't mean to be hostile, but it's just a lot of information that I feel like I'm trying to share, and then you're just not really trying to hear it.
That's
just
not
tell
true.
me I just like made it up.
I literally just asked you a question. But the fact of the matter is, like, Trey, are you saying, so, because I'm here to listen, are you saying that the tribes that we see now in current day, are you saying that those are the $5 pretendians?
The ones that are white with straight hair that can get hair lice, yes, they were not here when they weren't here when the first colonizers got here.
But I imagine you're when Alex is saying that, you're speaking about the people that they identify as.
Yo, the host is so biased. It's like ridiculous. Every time he talks, it's never to like refine an FBA panelist argument. It's always to go against FBAs.
American natives and Alaskan, whatever, the Indians or some shit like that. I don't know what like the people with that specific. If we want to get into like whatever, I forget what it's called, but the mongoloid phenotype or whatever the shit is. That's what he's more so referring to.
They came over the land bridge. I think it was around when they were fleeing like Genghis Khan and Mongolians. There were multiple waves that came to America. It wasn't just that one that came over the land bridge. And when they came here, there were black people already here. And how do you explain the Olmecs? Because they don't look Mongolian in those statues.
So I'm glad you brought that up. There were black people here. There were the Khoisans from South Africa. They were here. But what I'm asking you, Trey, but I think what we disagree on is the amount that were here from just straight up just migrating pre-Columbus, and the amount of people who were here due to the slave trade. I think that's where we disconnect. I'm not saying what you said didn't happen. I think that's what I really wanted.
Black people are the original people on this continent. Indians, we're the most popular people here. The red natives that you talk about team with white supremacists against us and subjugate and enslave us. But we've always been here, bro.
Wait, Trey. No, I'm not saying that we haven't always been here. What I'm asking you is, to what extent? Like, if you had to do like I don't know, let's pick a time. So the cutoff is 1800, right? How many Black people do you think were here through the transatlantic slave trade? And how many Black people do you think were here due to just Pangea migration over, not Pangea migration, just
talking about the land bridge up there in Alaska.
No, not even that, because that's not even
what that is, Pangea. Yeah,
African pre-Columbus migration, not to do with slavery. If this percentage-wise, that's all I want to know.
I wouldn't call them African, but I think that there were way more Black people on this continent before European contact than there were after. And a lot of them did get wiped out. I think there were 80 million, but I think
so how much of like FBA, if we was like to throw like FBA being descendants of previous American Black Native Americans, or I guess like continental Africans that were brought over here as slavery. If you was to give just a basic broad general like percentage, would you say that like 90? No, I don't know. Let's say 60% was Native Black Americans, or would you say like 85, 95, 97% was continental Africans? I think that's more so what you're asking, correct, Alex?
Yeah, because like I just want to make sure that there's a delineation between dark melanated people, because there's like I work with a lot of Indian, brothers and sisters, and they're darker than me, and like I'm pretty sure if you saw us at a glance like 1,000 years ago, you would have think both of us were African or both of us were Indian from a distance.
Oh my God!
So I think
that's why. So Alex, I love to hear. Not Alex, Trey. I love to hear you. Percentage wise, what do you think?
I think a very small percentage of us are full like African, like with no admixture at all. I think
I think everybody agrees with that, because of like the American foundational Black person is almost like a mixture of like. Whether it's a mixture of everything, but the original ancestor.
Right. So we can't be African. What African is mixed with, what we're mixed with.
That is Black. That's more so to what we're talking about. The original ancestor that is Black. Wherever it started at, like the Black part, was it already? Do you think most people's original ancestor that was Black was a native of America? In what percentage? Or was a native of continental Africa at what percentage?
If I had to estimate, I would say upwards of 80% of us have a lineage that starts in this continent and not in the slave trade. The vast majority of us trace the people who were already here, based on archaeological and firsthand evidence from the journals that people came here originally and what they said. It's only been recent that, like, if you ask our grandparents and grandparents, they're not going to say that they're from Africa. They're going to say that they're indigenous. A lot of FBAs, if you have grandparents that grew up in America, they'll say that you have the Indian hair. They also reclassified them as mulattoes. So if you have a birth certificate and it says mulatto, then there's a likelihood.
I think my screen froze right here. Give me a second.
That you didn't come straight from Africa as a mulatto, you would have had to get darker at that point.
But
so
just to jump in here, like
I don't know if like genetically and phenotype wise that makes sense.
I don't think
I think this is why, like, just to jump in, Trey, like I get what you're saying. But if you think that 80% were here, like that's what is kind of incongruent with what we experience today. And I'm interested to hear what you have to say, because the majority of Black people, majority of white people, the majority of people here who take DNA tests, hardly, like, I think this is like 1 out of 20 has any significant Native American DNA. So
there's flaws with that, bro. I mean, you're talking about DNA tests. Like, I saw where they swabbed the lizard. I sent a video. I mean, we don't have time for that. But they swabbed the saliva from a lizard and sent it in, and it said that they were like Jewish and European and all that. And then the guy was in the video was saying it's for entertainment purposes only. And unless you're digging up
they said the DNA tests are for entertainment purposes only.
Yeah, they can't tell you what tribe you're from. I just like what's one of the. So for all we know, they could have sailed from America to Africa. It's like even look at these
right now
pyramids.
they talking about
Who
some
knows
weird
how long
shit.
these pyramids have been here?
Oh, you think that like Africans are actually? Oh, you don't believe in like the motherland thing in general? Like you think society started in America?
I'm seeing evidence of that. Yes. So I'm just not. I'm just saying I'm not so quick to adopt what I've been taught when there's evidence. I want to interpret that for myself. And if I see evidence where the original people over there said that they
So
came
like older
they
than
have
like the
origin
earliest
stories.
human remains that was found in like up there near Ethiopia and shit like that.
I've heard carbon dating can say all kinds of things. The best way you can date something is if you have like a tree that's a certain age and you know that there's no way possible that it could have been there, or like rock erosion, like things that are like natural. But carbon dating with X-ray, that's been debunked many times. And there are more.
I think I want to just add in like we as humans, Homo sapiens, a scientific term for all the people, no matter what you are, we kind of evolved alongside other humans, like the Derivians, Homo erectus, Neanderthals, all of that. Like
it all kind of comes from the crater. But
all right, family. So that one is getting crazy. So now I'm gonna bring it to. Let me see what this is right here. I got some ones where it get lit.
Whether you are black, whether you are white, whether you are Chinese,
shit.
if you are born in France, you are French. If you are born in Switzerland, you are Swiss. If you are born in England, but you are not white, you are not English.
Why the damn music? Whenever these forums are this happy, for some reason, Foundation Black Americans, we concede or we cater to the tethers. Like we never just be 10 toes down. So I could tell either all these are immigrants, or if there's one FBA, I guarantee that FBA is co-opted. Like why we just can't stand our ground? Why?
Right, so we don't sprinkle a little bit of banter, but seriously, right? We're specifically talking about Africans and Caribbeans, right? Now,
West Indians.
West Indians.
Or Caribbean people.
Caribbean people. Okay, cool. And do we say West Africans or is it the whole
It's more
of
West
Africa?
Africans.
I think more West Africans.
But when we say Africans, people are also referring to West Africans.
Most of the time, we're talking about Nigerians, Ghanaians, like generally, right? So I think for the purpose of the discussion, because where is everyone from? Let's just like be clear about. So Nigerians,
Nigerian mule.
I'm a Ghanaian.
right? And okay, and then what do we have here?
You heard me.
Dominique is Caribbean. Jamaican.
Bayesian Jamaican.
Ooh.
Bermudian Jamaican. Oh, well, I'm mixed, but I'm repping Jamaica in this conversation.
Okay, so well, let me go back. So it's a bunch of non-FBAs. I told you, normally when it's that happy, it's usually a bunch of non-FBAs and maybe one.
West Africans.
But when we say Africans, people are also referring to West Africans.
Most of the time, we're talking about Nigerians, Ghanaians, like generally, right? So I think for the purpose of the discussion, because where is everyone from? Let's just like be clear about. So Nigerians,
Nigerian mule.
Okay, so Nigerian.
I'm a Ghanaian.
right? And okay, and then what do we have here?
You heard me.
Dominique is Caribbean. Jamaican.
Bayesian Jamaican.
Ooh.
Bermudian Jamaican.
So far all non-FBAs.
But I'm repping Jamaica in this conversation.
You're repping Jamaica, right? Okay, so
we've got Ghana. We also have Ghana.
And we have Ghana.
Don't forget about. Thank you, sister. Don't forget about it.
The best coast.
Harlem.
Yeah.
How's it possible to have this discussion without one FBA?
So we're not. So I think just for the purpose of the discussion, we just want to know where everybody is from. So growing up, for a lot of us, we all grew up. Well, you didn't grow up in London, so at least you were able to give us a perspective outside of London, because a lot of these conversations generally do tend to discuss the London experience. So it's great that you're here, that we're able to talk about what it was like out. So what part of the UK did you grow up in?
West Yorkshire.
Oh wow. Nice.
Interesting.
So what was that like?
Okay.
There's a lot of black people in Yorkshire.
Depends whereabouts, but like Huddersfield, there's a lot of like West Indian people. Same for Leeds, and I grew up in Bradford, which is next to Leeds. And
Right.
like a lot of Dominicans there specifically. So
Right.
for me, I didn't know anything but Dominican people.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so we've got that all on the table. So this conflict that is between, again, we're going to be using the term African and West Indies. Okay, we're just going to use that term moving forward. Where does that conflict come from? Again, we're having an adult conversation here.
I think the older generation. I think they started it, and older generation started it, and then it kind of trickled down. And I think more specifically in terms of the UK, it started with like the older generation older West Indians coming to the UK first, Africans then coming, and then I feel like the tension started with the field.
Okay, I'm not interested in that. They got some motherland debate going on with each other.
But that was a choice to do.
Right.
That was a choice. Why would they?
Wait,
hold on, wait.
You still talking about the same time period?
Wait.
Y'all, if y'all don't know, any clubhouse diaspora war is always lit, like chaotic, crazy.
We're talking about Liberia. That was a choice. Like, well, we have to realize.
But it was still happening.
Wait, can I speak? Can we hear
Sister, can we please listen to Leon first? I don't like the speaking over each other, you all. Please.
I hear what you're saying. They did go back to, like, they did go back. But what I'm saying is that was a choice. Like, that was a choice. Like, this was, like,
talking about Liberia.
after slavery was over, the whole thing of, like, migrate and do what you want to do. Yes, you can go back. Like, of course they were saying, like, it was a choice. That was not a force to do. Because, I mean, to be completely honest, if you done work here...
Actually, can I just tell you something about the Liberian history? A lot of people didn't have choice. They were actually just put on a boat and brought back to their country after being used. So I just want to say that, because you're saying it was a choice in this, but it wasn't for a lot of Liberians. If you search up Liberian history and the connection to America.
Yeah, and that's what I found out. And I found out that it was a choice, because at the end of the day, like, even if it was very few, and that doesn't take away from their accomplishments, but we're not going to take away from the greater good that a lot of African and AA people, fought for. It was, in fact, a choice. That's not a secret. It was a choice. Like, it was a choice. I mean, the thing about it is, it's nothing to really discuss. It was a choice. Like,
but I feel like
I don't think it's valid for you to just disregard what she's saying about something that she would have more knowledge about.
Yeah, because my country, Liberia, has history about this.
Yes, and I don't even know and I'm not trying to.
But you can't tell me that it was a choice if my
Let me see. Yeah, you could tell this is about to get crazy. Let me see who's new in the chat. I see some new names. We got Frida Claxton in the building. Let me see who else. Mesha is in the building. All right. Didn't have to be here. Running Wilds in the building. You know what? Maybe I'll play Southern Breeze in the building. Okay. So some people snuck in here. All right, so maybe I'll play the all right. So I think this might be a good time to play the Code is the Leader song.
Reparations are lineage based, not your image erased. No different than carrot comes, so you could keep your African and run somewhere else with your marathon. Laugh now, cry later, cause we gonna laugh when you cry together. Alligator, Alcatraz, there's no soul leader. The code is the leader, there's no soul leader. The code is the leader. Subscribe to FBA News and Updates, yeah. Subscribe to FBA News and Updates, yeah. I heard tethers flock together, so if you hit one with a rock, then they'll drop together. Why cosplay? Accept your own and be yourself. When you're left alone, you can feed yourself. There's no soul leader. The code is the leader. There's no soul leader. Code is the leader. There's no soul leader. We gatekeeping the culture. From these gate-seeking vultures. Got the colors, so someone gotta hold the line, and somebody gotta hold the signs. No coons, no tethers, no room for white supremacists. We fight, we got it. Mayweather, Mike Tyson. We fight, they take flight. They got Spirit, Delta, U.S. Airlines, messed up hairlines. Alligator, Alcatraz. There's no soul leader. There's no soul leader. Say it with me, family. There's no soul leader. There's no soul leader. There's no soul leader. Make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. I heard tethers flock together. So if you hit one with a rock, then they'll drive together. Why cosplay? Accept your own and be yourself. When you're left alone, you can feed yourself. There's no soul leader. Code is a leader. There's no soul leader. Code is a leader. There's no soul leader. Code is the leader. There's no soul leader. Code is the leader. There's no soul leader. The code is the leader. There's no soul leader. Say it with me, family. There's no soul leader. The code is the leader. Make sure to like and subscribe. Subscribe, FBA News and Updates. Subscribe, FBA News and Updates.
That is the Code is the Leader anthem. You dig? All right. Yeah, I like it. I believe it's a vibe. It was stuck in my head all day today, so I know that in order for a song to be stuck in my head, it has to be somewhat good.
I mean, look, I cannot speak for you specifically, so I can't talk for you. But what I can say that maybe it was not a choice for all, but I know for a fact that it was a choice for some, if not most. Like I heard that like Liberia and Sierra Leone, like those are like countries that are like predominantly black and owned by black people, and that's what the fuck they went through. Yes, I want to go back. I want to learn more about my roots. I want to start over. This is going to be my place to call home and make new of. And you know what I'm trying to say? And settle at. That's why you have an American flag as your own flag. Like, this is not a secret.
Yeah, okay, so I feel like there was a bit of miscommunication on both sides. For Leon, I feel like when you were trying to address what David said was completely different from what you said. What you said, I believe in. What David said was that, child, what's my memory? So Africans benefit more. Yeah, that Africans benefit more than African Americans into American culture. Into American culture, like it benefit more in American culture, African American culture, stuff like that. But what you said, like to respond to that, when you were like, "Oh, I agree," that was completely different. When you're talking about like African Americans fought the fight literally, so not just every other black person, every other race could come.
That was my fault. My fault.
Literally make a name for themselves. That's completely true, and I feel like all of us on here agree with that. And if you don't, I mean, I feel like it's literally right there. But yeah, literally, I agree with that. What you said, Leon, and I feel like the miscommunication on the Liberian thing is that I feel like I also learned about this in history actually. Like when they talk about some people went back to Africa, they never said the part where some people were literally forced to. Yeah, I never they only talked about the people that, oh, you had the choice, and they asked you when it really I just feel like they always tried to make Black American people not know shit. Because
and so for love, I don't want to minimize your history, and I'm always open to learning it. No, I'm not saying you're minimizing it, but I'm just saying that in those books, people don't realize that after slavery, even when the slaves were free, they were trying to send a lot of people back to Africa. They were even trying to minimize the amount of Black Americans that are in this country.
Hello, if I have a question. It wouldn't really be logical to assume that, they were like, yeah, hey guys, here's a free ticket back to your country, nothing's wrong, it's okay.
No,
like, they were literally trying to re-enslave a bunch of people in the country itself.
I'm not talking about
I have no idea what they're talking about. Let me fast forward this.
People that were living in Liberia, the tribal people got mad, and that's why it turned into war about who's in power. True. They didn't, because the Liberians that were already living in Liberia didn't want to be slaves to the Liberians that were coming from America.
So what war are we talking about? Because the family that held the power in Liberia, they were not overturned until the Civil War in the 1980s. Excuse me.
Yeah, that's the one I'm kind of talking about. But I'm just talking about the whole concept of the people that the Liberians that were brought to America that got dropped.
Right. So what I hope to articulate, and maybe I didn't do that well enough, but those people.
Jaquan said, "Play my track, Ron. Hairlines going bananas." You talking about the one I just played right now? He said U.S. Airlines messed up hairlines. You talking about that one? Hairlines going bananas. All right. The coldest leader. You talking about that song? All right. Let me play a little more. I'm gonna get to it.
People, those formerly enslaved individuals, were not engaging in the institution of slavery.
All right. Okay. Forget it. Y'all asking for it. I'll play it again.
Reparations are lineage based, not your image erased. No different than CARICOM, so you could keep your African and run somewhere else with your marathon. Laugh now, cry later, cause we gonna laugh when you cry together. Alligator, Alcatraz, there's no soul leader. The code is the leader, there's no soul leader. The code is the leader. Subscribe to FBA News and Updates, yeah. Subscribe to FBA News and Updates, yeah. I heard tethers flock together, so if you hit one with a rock, then they'll drop together. Why cosplay? Accept your own and be yourself. When you're left alone, you can feed yourself. There's no soul leader. The code is the leader. There's no soul leader. The code is the leader. There's no soul leader. We gatekeeping the culture. From these gates seeking vultures. Got the color so someone gotta hold the line, and somebody gotta hold the signs. No coons, no tethers, no room for white supremacists. We fight, we got it. Mayweather, Mike Tyson. We fight, they take flight. They got Spirit, Delta, U.S. Airlines, messed up hairlines. Alligator, Alcatraz. There's no soul leader. There's no soul leader. Say it with me, family. There's no soul leader. There's no soul leader. There's no soul leader. Make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to like and subscribe. I heard tethers flock together, so if you hit one with a rock, then they'll drop together. Why cosplay? Accept your own and be yourself. When you're left alone, you can feed yourself. There's no soul leader. Code is a leader. There's no soul leader. Code is a leader. News Updates. Subscribe. FBA News Updates.
Yeah, so if the song's in your head, great. That means that was the whole purpose of the song. So now I gotta do the "I'm Black and I'm Proud" anthem over. I think I'm gonna make it a song like this, R&B song, because I don't think it's gonna be dope as a rap song. Okay, yeah, but that means I did my job. Okay, so let me play a little more of this, and I'm out. I know it's that damn late. All right, yeah, all right, little Salita Marie in the building. Play my track. We live in a capitalist society. America is a poop superpower because of commerce. Yeah.
That they were released from. It was a different kind of servitude of two different, completely different cultures. And even the letter that Robert Johnson wrote, the first president of Liberia.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna save this one since I just started. And family, I ain't know it's that late, 12:47. So let me get out of here so I can wake up for tomorrow because I gotta do it live tomorrow before the football game come on. You feel me? So I appreciate y'all. Like the video if you haven't already. Yeah, so we out of here. I'll see some of you guys tomorrow morning if I wake up early enough. But I expect to go live tomorrow morning. Hopefully I get up early. But yeah, man, like the video, subscribe, notification bell, the Cash App's pinned to the top.